Hey, what's up? I'm Basil Barrington, and today, well, not today, yesterday, or was it even Friday? But anyway, I recorded a DJ Chit Chat episode, and it's titled The State of the DJ Industry. However, the video was super long. It's almost like 2 hours long. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this video into parts. We talk about everything. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and DJ Keo. So he came on. We were both chatting about the state of the DJ industry. And we were talking about things like hardware, software, AI automation, clubs, venues, festivals, things of that nature, everything. But again, it's so long that I'm going to break it down into parts. So here's the first part, hardware and the state of the DJ industry. Welcome back to another DJ Chit Chat. I am Basil Barrington, and I have DJ Keo with me again. What's going on, DJ Keo?
What's up, man? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
I know I said this to you already, but on a different podcast, but Happy New Year. When do we stop saying Happy New Year?
I think you got like 3 days.
3 days.
I think that's the
3
limit.
days.
3 days.
I was like, is it like
Yeah.
January, or is it just like when you see people you haven't seen, like in the new year?
Yeah, you got to see them.
Mhm.
After you see the person, you can see them again and be like, maybe Happy New Year, but like that's it. After that, it's a wrap.
Wow, it's
Happy
crazy,
New Year.
man. So today we're going to talk about the state of the DJ industry. Where is the DJ industry going? If it's going anywhere. We're going to talk about hardware. We're going to talk about software. We're going to talk about live venues, all this sort of stuff, right? Because, we talk about this stuff all the time, like, when controllers come out, like, okay, it's just a controller.
Yeah. I'm not excited about controllers anymore. It's been like I'd say like a year or so. I've seen stuff come out and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna pay for it. I don't need a new one. My thing's fine. Like everything's fine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because I remember like DJs for the longest time, like a new turntable would come out and people like, oh my God, did you see the new turntable? And then it was like a new controller came out. Did you see the controller? And then now something comes out and everyone's like, people buy stuff because their thing's broken. They have to get one.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think you really need something new. Like you can basically do everything that you have on all the stuff you have. So it's not monumental when new stuff comes out. And that's my opinion about it.
That's exactly where I want to start with DJ hardware. So we know that lately what we've been seeing is modular DJ controllers. We've been seeing a lot of rotary DJ mixers, and I'm going to get to that because it seems like all of them are made in Europe, and we really can't get them here in North America, for some reason.
That's
right?
a factor. I think that's a factor too.
And then we're going to, just touch a little bit on like the failed acquisition of, Serato. So because that was a complete.
It's still on. Is it still ongoing or they're done?
No, it's done, dude. It's done. That is done. And New Zealand came in and said denied. Just like okay, So what do you think about these just like the modular DJ stuff, like for example like the Reloop Mix Tour Pro. You're also talking about like, oh wait a minute, I have a drink coming here. Thank you. I have a personal bartender today.
Nice. So you're living the dream right now.
Right. So you have the tractor stuff that's coming out, with the X1, the Z1, the F1. I don't know if they're going to come out with an F1. They should. They have to, right?
They have to. They have
to, right? And then you have like, I like what Tractor did, Native Instruments did early on in like 2010, 2014, with like the S5, the S8, the D2, but they just totally got rid of that. That was pretty cool.
Too fast, too soon.
Right. So have you ever DJ'd on a modular set before?
Yeah. I use, because I'm primarily a Tractor person right now. So I primarily use when I'm doing gigs at a venue that has their own mixer there or their own controller there, I will bring my X2 or X1 Mark II, and I will bring my F1. And so I'll throw, effects on my F1 so I can just punch them in. And then I use my the X1 to load the tracks, and then
Mm-hmm.
I do everything else, the CDJs or whatever else
Right.
through the main system, whatever's
Mm-hmm.
there. Until like if I don't have my own controller there, I use that, and like it's handy. I love it because it's small, and I can fit that thing anywhere. Like if there's a mixer and two CDJs there, I just slide the CDJ over by like 2 inches.
That's it.
Just throw the X1 right in between.
Mm-hmm.
Done and done. I'm good. I don't even need to use the CDJs. I could just use the X1 to do everything because it's got
Yeah.
play on there
Mm-hmm.
and cue, and you control the
Excuse
tempo.
me.
I can do everything from the X1. And like it was for me because I used to do a bunch of gigs where there's a place that had mixers there. And I was like, I'm gonna just have my laptop and the
Mm-hmm.
X1 in here and I'm good to go. Like
That's it.
sign me up, man. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is perfect.
That's crazy, right?
I get the mixer was most mixers are compatible with tractors. So I was like, oh, sign me up. I'm not carrying because people used to carry all this extra stuff there, and I'd be like in my backpack, like, and I'm done.
That's it, dude.
See you guys later.
I love the whole backpack thing when it comes to, like DJing gigs. It's just like, and one of the reasons I was like really searching for like the last, like probably most of last year, right? I was just like, what's the perfect DJ controller that's going to work with an iPad, right?
Yeah,
and I'm not talking about like the big boy joints. I'm talking about the modular joints, like what we're talking about.
It's
So
a little joint that's
exactly,
like little not too big. It's got a little CDJ module thing, whatever.
Right?
Just something small.
Yeah. So I had the Reloop Mix Tour Pro, and I was like, I like it. It works exclusively, not exclusively, but it works with algorithm, right? DJ Pro, and obviously it works with anything else too, right? But I was like, it was just, I don't know. It's just like every time I get a piece of gear from Reloop, I'm just like, this is really tight. Reloop, man, they make really great products. Build quality is crazy. It's like a tank, the whole nine. But it's just something about the muscle memory that just throws me off all the time when it comes to a piece of gear from Reloop. The Mix Tour Pro is very cool, but I just thought everything was too squished into that. And, when you look at, like DJs using that with like an iPhone, I mean, there's still an aesthetic part when it comes to DJing. You still want to look good, right, when you're DJing.
Yeah, you don't look professional with the phone. Like
right.
You can get with iPad because it kind of looks like a laptop
cool.
still.
Yeah, it looks cool
The
too.
screen's kind of big enough.
Right.
But a phone, people frown on the phone. Like that's the bridge too far. I think a couple of years from now, phone's gonna be whatever. But like right now, no.
That seems to me like a phone. Like, listen, I get it. The phone is cool, laid back. Luke. I mean, if you want to see a pro using a controller, a modular controller with an iPhone or like a mobile device, go check out Layback Luke. He's a master at it, right?
Yeah. I've seen this set on it. It's like, wow, this is crazy. But like the point is that for everybody else, the grandma at the wedding, she's like, well, you're using your phone? Like that, it's still it's
grandmother's
not, it's frowned upon, I would say.
Yeah.
That the public frowns upon it. For other DJs, they're like, oh, it works? All right, cool. Like it's not a big deal, whatever. But because I did a gig one time for this. It was like a company that's like accountants or whatever. And the president of the company, I had my turntables there, and the president of the company was like, wow, records. This is impressive. He brought his wife over. Look at this guy. He's got records. It was a highlight of his day. He couldn't believe it. Like he was like, "How is this possible?
I've got records on the car. Can you play them?"
He's an old guy. He's like in his 80s or whatever. But like, it was like, this is incredible. He's using records.
It's nostalgia,
and like, yeah. Wait, I say like, there's a time for it. It's like it's a huge deal. But like, most people just hear music and they could care less what the DJ's doing. Yeah. Unless they want to bother you for requests, then they're like, what's going on over here? But like generally they could care less. Most people could care less. That's where we're at for DJs. Are so unimportant at this point, and I hate to say it, but we're
sad.
Like,
we're sad as DJs. I like what they're doing with the modular DJ sort of thing, right? I know you can really MIDI map anything to any of these DJ controllers, but that's just like that is so ridiculously time consuming, right?
It's hard.
So there needs to be more companies that make DJ controllers that are compatible with, different DJ softwares,
Out the box.
out the
Out the
box. Yeah.
box.
You
I'll
know what
pay
I'm saying?
premium for that.
Yeah.
Like I'll pay an extra $100 and it works with everything. I'll do that. That's fine.
That's cool,
It's
right?
worth it to me.
What do you think about this rotary DJ mixer sort of like revival? I mean, it's weird because you have
I
all these DJ mixers, and I really got to give it to Mojax. I mean, every
mhm.
rotary DJ mixer that came out that you can't get in
Yeah,
North
he does a
America,
review on
he
it.
does a review on,
It
and I'm just
annoys
like,
me. It
yeah, I'm
annoys
just
me because
can
like
we?
I can never buy that.
I'm like, can I get that in America? Like, no, you have to like. It's just like, oh, but it's gonna like shipping's gonna cost me like $200
Yeah,
or
it's almost
something like that, right? So,
yeah. So it's like not even worth it. But like I've played with rotary DJ set with vinyl one time,
mhm,
and it was a miserable experience because I'm focusing on one thing and
mhm,
I'm worried about the other thing, and I couldn't just enjoy myself because I'm like,
mhm,
oh no, is the mix going off? So I'm sitting there with the tone
mhm,
arm and everything, like I'm like
right.
doing a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. Crap, this mix is going off. Like I'm just focusing on this other thing. So I think rotary with a DVS system, digital vinyl, would be awesome.
Mhm.
Like especially like high end audio. It can't be just 128 MP3s like that's not
98,
gonna work.
like 96, something like that, right?
Yeah. Like you
Mhm,
got some waves on there,
mhm,
and is everything's set, and you can
mhm,
actually mess around with the rotary stuff and filter out things. I think that would be cool. But um, I definitely, because what other thing too, like I play with the laptop, and then like you get thrust into playing vinyl again, and you're like, how does this work? Like, I know I've been playing vinyl for most of my life, but I forgot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the learning curve to get back into it takes too long.
yeah.
It took me. I was DJing for like 2 hours, and the
W-
first hour was
Was
rough.
it
I'm not even gonna lie. The first
what
hour was
sort of
rough.
music were you playing? Like just like
I was playing
open
hip hop,
source?
and
Okay.
this is the thing. This is the wrong genre.
Yeah,
It's
there
a
you
complete
go.
wrong genre.
Yeah.
If it was dance music, I would have had the time of
Dunzo.
my life, and I'll be like, "This
Yeah.
is the greatest thing ever."
Right.
But I'm like, "Oh, I got a scratch right now. How
No.
does this work?" Like
Nope.
it's
Nope.
like, "Oh, this
And
is gonna be rough."
and I
So
think
I'm like,
the
I'm turning the knob while I'm
mm,
scratching. I'm like,
yeah.
this
No, no,
is
no.
whack. Like I don't like this.
And I don't think so. I'm a so when I first started DJing, obviously it was hip hop growing up
Mhm,
in New Jersey, New York, right? So we
mhm,
had like those the baby DJ mixer market back in the day was
mhm.
controlled and ruled by Gemini and Newmark. Period.
Yep. That was the first
Period.
controller or mixer I had was
Period,
Gemini,
dude. You
and
saw
it was
those
trash.
right, you saw those joints. I mean, we saw them in parks, the whole nine.
Mhm.
One thing about the rotary DJ mixers, and I love the fact that these DJ mixers are being, these rotary DJ mixers are being made. I'm just sort of sad that we can't really get them here in North America and like, US or
Mhm.
like Toronto or anything like that,
I
right?
definitely want one. Like
Yeah.
I want one
Mhm.
just to have it.
Yeah.
But like
You know,
I need more house stuff. I don't have enough
yeah.
house vinyl. Like my
You
house
know,
vinyl is small.
you can with the new DJ rotary mixer by Alpha Theta, what is it called? Euphonia or something like that. You can use
Mhm.
that with DJ software as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like they got a music card in there, like
I,
so
I
it
think
works.
I think the blasphemy part of like rotary DJ mixes are is those that are made actually with crossfaders. I think that's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Depending on the music you do, it would be useful. If I
Yeah,
had the crossfader and then I could just to play with the knobs, it would be great.
yeah. You know what?
But I
Then
did not have a crossfader.
the
This is the
dopest
first time I've ever used it either.
the company who thought like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna give you a rotary DJ mixer
Mhm.
experience, but if you need to go, regular DJ mixer, that's cool
Yeah,
too.
turn it on.
Was the Allen and
Yeah.
Heath Zone DB4? I haven't seen any other DJ mixer that where you can use like you can go rotary or you can go like crossfader, and line
Mhm.
faders and everything else. So I mean, you can get the Eckler Warm 2 and 4 here in America, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but I still like the fact that when you're using a rotary mixer, I can't like see for me the other thing that's blasphemy for me is using vinyl like DVS DJing. That's blasphemy to me. I think like if I'm gonna use turntables, I want to use a
Yeah, you want
DJ
to do the whole
mixer
thing.
and my own vinyl, and that is it. I don't want to have like any sort of like, technology or, sort of software connection. I want it to be straight analog, So that's pretty interesting to me. I like this whole rotary DJ mixer, revival. I just wish that more were available here in America. The Europeans are just killing it with that joint. And the only reason I'm finding
Yeah.
out about this stuff is because of Mojax.
Yeah. Well, did you see? I think Rain made two or three.
Yeah,
rotary
but they
mixes
tried to
back in the day. It was a couple years ago.
But they did the okie doke. See, that's the thing about like, when you have some of this stuff that's built here in America, right? There's always an okie doke. It's just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna build this DJ mixer, but I'm going to charge $3,000 for it. It's just
it was
like,
expensive. Everybody looked at it like, oh, that's amazing. I don't
really,
want that. It's too
really,
expensive.
come on. I'm gonna get that Eckler Warm 4, a 4-channel DJ mixer for $1,500 when it's available.
Yeah. Here's the thing: the Rain, I forgot what it's called, but the Rain rotary mixer, I would have bought it, even though I don't use Serato that much anymore. I would have bought it just because of that alone, because I thought it looked phenomenal and it sounded great. But I was like, I'm not paying $4,000 for that. There's no way.
Rain
for a fun thing that I could do once in a while, like, oh hell no, like
you get a rotary DJ mixer, it's going to be in the crib. It's not going anywhere,
It's never leaving my house.
Right. You will see rotary DJ mixers in like listening bars, listening lounges. You will see a rotary mixer. The thing about it is, so when I first started DJing, it was hip hop, and then once I got into dance music and started DJing in clubs, the first time I DJed in a club playing dance music, I played on a Bozak mixer. And these Bozaks still is the king of like rotary DJ mixers, the glue. I mean, it's just like, it's almost like going into a recording studio and using analog gear. That's what a rotary DJ mixer is.
Yeah, the sounds is like, it's just different.
It's just totally crazy, man. And I just wish that, again, we can have more of those joints here in America. And then, and then I want to talk about like just really quickly about I always say this, the portable DJ game. I always say this: I'm not going to DJ in the kitchen, so I don't understand this stuff, right?
No, I'm never going to move my stuff into a kitchen. Like,
right?
You know what it is? It's a millennial type thing that you would do on TikTok,
right?
And you're like, oh, this is the perfect DJ for TikTok. I'm like, but I'm never going to do this.
Exactly.
So it's not for us. I know it's not for us. And I'm not mad at them making it. I just know it's not for me. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. I'm never gonna buy this. I'm never gonna use it because Denon made one that's got batteries in there, and
Pioneer has one now.
Pioneer has one.
Who else? Well, Newmark always made those like cheap, like
Newmark
on the go joints,
a little tiny joint.
Yeah.
I think it had speakers in there and lights.
Oh, listen, I was about to say that they made a baby DJ.
Yeah,
I call them baby DJ controllers.
Fisher Price DJ said
they made a baby DJ controller. They made a baby DJ controller and put speakers in it, dude.
Yeah. It's a little tiny, because their speakers are smaller than your phone speakers.
We know.
It sounds like trash.
We know. I'm over here sweating. We know who this controller is for. Keo and I, we're both like crazy, like tech people. We're into photography. We're into video, like cameras, all this stuff, right? It's almost like when like the new cameras come out for like, the millennials or the Gen Zers, and, they'll all be like in the kitchen or like skateboarding or something like that. And it's just like the Sony ZV. And it's just like, what does ZV stand for? Millennial and vlogging. And it's just like, oh, it's not for us, right? So it's the same sort of thing, right? But when it comes to portable DJ controllers, I think that the name is weird to me because I want the portability to take my iPad and some sort of a DJ controller. So I guess that's considered a portable DJ controller, right? But
Yeah, I guess this
mhm,
is the setup. Yeah.
yeah, but when the companies are talking about it, it's just like no, it's just like battery operated. People are sitting in at park benches with it on their laps,
And
and I'm just like that's not for us. It's not for us. But
no,
I
it.
applaud you for making DJ controllers like that, but it's not for us.
Mhm.
And there's too many DJ controllers out here anyway. Like controllers are like iPhones now. We're getting a new
It
controller,
is a
like
there's a bunch of controllers.
I mean, was there any controller in the last 2 years, right, that
Mhm.
completely excited you?
Not really. I mean, because the moving platters and some of the stuff because they try
Mhm.
to make it like a turntable. Like controllers that you're like, oh, I gotta buy one of these like right
Mhm.
now. I don't care how much it costs. Take my money.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that I'm like, holy crap, this is a game changer. You know what? You know what? The last time I saw something that was like a game changer was the Denon, was the SC 6000 or no five when the 5000 came out,
Oh yeah.
and
Mhm.
that was the CDJ type one.
Yeah.
It had the
Mhm.
hard drive space
Mhm.
in there, and like it was giant, giant screen,
Mhm.
a big platter, and the platter it rotated. It had a bunch of stuff in there that was like first that are just regular now. But I think when that came out, I was like, holy crap! I didn't buy one, but I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. And that's the thing is that I haven't seen anything since that. Like I'm like the stop the presses. We got to go to the store right now. I can
Yeah.
see this in person.
Yeah.
Like what's funny? I still haven't seen anybody DJ on those before in person. I've seen the was it 3000 from Pioneer. I've seen a bunch of those 2000s.
Mhm.
I've seen the
Yeah.
Nexus. I
Mhm.
have never seen anybody DJ on the Denon one yet before.
So it was a almost like a companion to its flagship DJ controller, right? I
Mm-hmm.
spoke to oh my goodness, I can't remember his name, but the guy over at Denon, I had an interview with him, right? And it's on a YouTube, it's on
Mm-hmm.
the Crossfadr YouTube channel. And I was just
Yeah.
like, yo, it's kind of dope because, you know, that was positioned to really sort of just do something, create a dent, in terms of what Pioneer does in the clubs, right? And it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
made sense. And like the thing that, like the one thing that really excited me about that whole interview was that, once we started talking, I was like, wait a minute. This is an
Mm-hmm.
operating system inside of a controller? And he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like a
yeah,
computer.
right. And I was like, so you can just update it over the air? And he was just like, yeah. I was like, what's the core? He was like, it's quad core. I was like, okay, it's quad core, it's
Mhm.
quad, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but still the fact that it's an operating system
Mhm,
inside of a DJ controller. And I was like, wow. The thing about when you have technology like that, and again, we're tech people as well, when you have technology like that, there's a lot of
mhm.
marketing and PR you have to do to like
Yeah, you
really
gotta
push your product.
explain it to people like they're
Exactly.
dumb.
And even though I don't like some companies who, some of these DJ companies where it's just like four or five, sort of YouTubers that they use, get it out there more,
Mhm.
like the smaller
You have to,
YouTubers,
you have no choice.
and you gotta hit up like regardless of, where we are in terms of subs or whatever. You're trying to market
Mhm,
a product, you gotta hit up the rock star YouTubers. You gotta hit up the
mhm,
Mojacks. You gotta hit up the other Crossfader channel because they do a great job.
mhm,
You gotta hit up DJ Tech Tools. You gotta hit up
mhm.
Digital DJ Tips, who I've been watching like forever, right?
Yeah, yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally
Like,
crazy, man.
you need to reach this market, especially if
Yeah,
you got this thing that's groundbreaking.
right.
Because people honestly, DJs, I would say, and people get mad at me when I say this on my channel, but like DJs are sheep
Hmm.
and DJs are territorial. And
Hmm.
so if you're in the Pioneer brand, Alpha Theta, whatever, you're in that brand now, that's all you're ever going to use.
Hmm.
It's going to take a lot to pull you away from that to buy a brand new controller, get a new DJ software, learn that, move all your music over. Like that process is so difficult and frustrating that most people are just like, screw it. Why would I ever switch? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense for a lot of people to go back and forth between this other software or use other things. Like it just doesn't make any sense. And so because of that, you have to do the work to reach out to people, explain to them
Yeah.
why they need this thing.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that at all. Like they're just not.
Mhm.
It's not there. No one has the interest. I don't think people have the interest or the effort, because it takes a lot of effort to really reach it. Because Pioneer doesn't have to do the effort to reach it, because people are going to do it
It's
themselves.
Pioneer. They
Their
make
core
great
fan
gear.
base is going to
Exactly.
tell everybody, Pioneer's got a new controller.
Right.
Buy it at the store. They're going to
But
do that for you.
but
You
I
ain't got to say
also
nothing.
but I also think, you actually make a really good point because when it comes to these companies, right? It's just like
Mm,
um like the season, the experienced DJ, us who
mm.
are like, 10, 12, 15 years of experience. I have over 30 years of experience. I actually have more than 30 years of experience, but I don't want to date
Yeah.
myself too much, right? But you know,
Touche.
right.
Touche.
So I have all of this experience. And like I said, we were talking about this the other day, like cats who have Technique 1200s and they still work, they're not getting
Mm-hmm.
anything else because it works, right? And
It
so as
works.
experienced
I go till the
DJs,
falls off.
right, as experienced DJs, it's just like we like this gear because it worked. So they know,
Mm,
companies know that they can't really push products to us because we're sort of set in our ways because we know what works for us. They got to hit a new market, and that's
mm.
why they're hitting up the millennials and the Gen Zers and everything else. And you
And
can't
hoping for
fault
the best.
and you can't fault them for that. They're a company, they have to make money, right? I always say that about
Mm-hmm.
companies. Even though you may not like what they do, you can't fault them for
Mm-hmm.
trying to push their product to make money. You just can't. That's business, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So let me ask you this here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really quickly before I ask you this here. Back in the day, you
Mm-hmm.
had Bozak mixers in clubs, and sometimes you would have a rain mixer in clubs, right? And when you saw a
Mm-hmm.
rain mixer in a club, cats just went crazy. They were like, oh, whoa, it's a rain mixer, right? Because back in the day, the mixers, man, the quality of those mixers, those professional
Mm-hmm.
club standard mixers. I mean, you didn't, if you saw them in someone's bedroom, you were like, oh, this guy is a working DJ and he makes a lot of money
Yeah, you
DJing
were like, this
because
guy has money
he was
somewhere.
able to buy a rain mixer or a Bozak mixer. So
Mm-hmm.
question is, do you think that Rain sort of like moved away from their roots? They also used to make headphone amps as well, right? But do you think
Mm-hmm.
they should have stayed in the DJ game, making like totally high-end DJ mixers?
Well, I think that because they're attached to Serato the way they were,
Mhm.
like they don't have a lot of room to play.
Before that, should they
Before
have even
before that,
sold the
yeah,
company?
I
Yeah.
think they kind of missed their mark,
Hmm.
because when Serato came out, like that was the thing. Like you were like, okay, this is the only mixer that works like this, and this is what,
Right.
2000.
Hmm.
I think it was like early 2000s. Like that was that when that mixer came out, it was a big deal. It
Hmm.
was a very big deal because this is the only mixer like this that everything's in one. I
Hmm.
just bring my turntables or my CDJs and my mixer, and I'm good to go. And it sounds great. Everything works. I plug my laptop in, good to go. And I think this is the thing. I can't say for certain, because like I wasn't that deep into the game until around that time. So
Hmm.
like my frame of reference is from the Serato days, like early Serato scratch days. That's my frame of reference for Rain, because
Hmm.
I wasn't at like house clubs and all that other stuff where
Hmm.
these guys would have been using these mixers.
Yeah.
My thing was always like hip hop and R&B for a long time. All right, I'm
Hmm.
not even scared to say it. For a long time, hip hop, R&B, reggae, soca. That's what I was playing, and then like I probably branched over and started doing corporate stuff and getting a residency, whatever. But like my frame of reference is small in the rain market for what it
Hmm.
used to be. And
Yeah.
I'll publicly say that. Like I can't say for certain
Hmm.
what it was like before, what they should have done before, but like I know at a certain point when they stuck with Serato, it kind of limited what they could do for the future.
Excuse me.
And I think that was a mistake on their part.
Excuse me. Hmm.
I think they should be where Pioneer is right now.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. Like they
Yeah.
should easily be where Pioneer is right now.
Because like all of the big clubs, I'm talking about the mega clubs. You had
Mm-hmm.
Bozaks, you had rain mixers, or You had
Mm-hmm.
what was the name of that Spanish company? It's not Eckler. It may be Eckler. I don't know. But you had three companies that really, you saw these DJ mixers in the clubs with. It was very interesting. I love the whole rotary DJ mixer stuff. I love all this stuff. I'm not mad at the
Mm-hmm.
compact portable DJ controllers, but we know who they're for.